There is a soul trying to speak to you, Aquarius. A sacred message is knocking on the door of your heart. And I promise you, in the next 30 minutes, we will uncover this letter from the other side, a message powerful enough to change the entire path of your destiny. Write right now in the comments, I am ready to listen to the message from the soul of the one I love. Don't treat it as just words, because that comment is the very thread that connects you to the energy of the universe, to the soul that has been watching over you every single day. And now, take a deep breath, because the journey of Aquarius to discover the message from the world of spirit is only just beginning. So then, what does this soul truly want to tell you, Aquarius? Come with me, step into the path where your wisdom and intuition open the doorway to the unseen world. Aquarius, my dear, close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine you are standing in the middle of a wide, open field at night. Above you, a sky full of stars. Suddenly, a chill runs down your spine, yet instead of fear, you feel an unusual calm. That is the moment you realize you are not alone. There is a soul still walking beside you, still trying to whisper something into your heart. And if you are patient enough to listen, that message may change the course of your entire life. Aquarius, you are not like the others. Your symbol is the water bearer, but the water you carry is not for drinking. It is the water of knowledge, the current of the universe, the stream of unseen connection. You were born to be the bridge between the visible world and the invisible one, between what the eyes can see and what only the heart can feel. People may call you a dreamer, even strange. But what they call strange is the very gift the universe has placed in your hands. Your ruling planet, Uranus, the planet of awakening and sudden change, often appears like a lightning bolt. Sometimes it shocks you. Sometimes it shakes you to the core, but it is always there to open a hidden doorway and reveal the truth behind the veil. Tell me, have you ever wondered why you keep seeing repeating numbers? 11, 11, 22, 22, 3, 33. Have you ever been startled when an old song played at the exact moment you thought of someone who has passed? Or those nights when you dreamed of their face, their eyes, and woke up with your heart aching and warm at the same time, as if they had never left. For most people, these things are just coincidences. But for me, and for you, an Aquarius born with the mission to connect the unseen, this is the language of the soul. The universe doesn't send emails. Souls don't make phone calls. They choose to speak through delicate signs, through synchronicities, through what may look like chance but is never chance at all. I want to share with you a personal insight, something I've discovered over many years of studying astrology and walking the path of spirit. Nothing is ever random. The universe never wastes a single moment. If you see a number, if you hear a melody, if you feel a presence, there is always a reason. And that reason is love. A love that transcends every boundary, even the boundary of death. The greatest lesson an Aquarius must learn is to believe in the unseen. The material world trains us to trust only what our eyes can see and our ears can hear. But you, Aquarius, you've been given a different role. You're asked to believe in what lies beyond logic, beyond science, beyond the reach of reason. And when you believe, you begin to see. When you see, you begin to heal. And when you heal, you become a light for yourself and for everyone around you. Let me ask you a question, and answer it with your heart, not your head. How many times have you wondered if that person is still watching over you? How many nights have you sat under the stars and whispered, "If you're still here, give me a sign"? And in that very moment, a sudden breeze brushes past, a candle flickers, or a shooting star streaks across the sky. Do you believe that was just chance, or do you believe it was the soul answering back? Aquarius, I believe that soul is still beside you. And do you know why? Because they chose you to hold the message, because only you are sensitive enough to hear it. If these words touch you deep inside, write right now in the comments, I believe in the sacred messages of the soul. Don't treat it as just a sentence. When you write it, you're sending a signal to the universe, declaring that you are ready to open your heart. And when you are ready, the message becomes clearer than ever before. Your symbol, the water bearer, is not just someone carrying a vessel. It is someone brave enough to share that stream with the world. The water you carry is the water of unconditional love. Your task is to pour it out upon the earth so that souls thirsty for healing can drink and come back to life. And as you heal others, you are also healing yourself. I know sometimes this connection feels heavy. Sometimes the dreams are too vivid. Sometimes the signs are too clear and you get scared. But trust me, Aquarius, you are not crazy. You are simply living your true calling. Uranus, your ruling planet, is the planet that makes you explode with insight. That sets you apart, that forces you to face truths many people still avoid. And that is why you have the ability to open the door to the world of spirit. Let me tell you a story. A woman in Aquarius once came to me. She had just lost her husband in a sudden accident. She was broken, desperate. She wished for just one more chance to hear his voice. And then in the nights when she cried herself to sleep, the dream kept coming back. He would stand by the window, smiling, placing his hand gently on her shoulder and saying nothing. Every time the dream came the same way, gentle, warm. She asked me, is that real or is it just my subconscious? I looked at her and said, that is real. His soul chose this way to tell you, I'm still here, I still love you, and I want you to go on living. From that day on, she no longer saw the dream with fear, but with gratitude. Aquarius, maybe you too are holding dreams like that inside you. And instead of doubting them, receive them as a gift. If you've ever had an experience like this, share it in the comments. Write, I have been guided by a soul. When you share, you don't just open your own heart. You give hope to someone out there who may be lost. Because sometimes a single story can light up the faith of a wandering heart. But remember, the signs from the soul are not here just to comfort you. They carry something greater. Every sign is a piece of a puzzle, and when enough pieces come together, you begin to see the full picture the soul wants you to know. The question is, what is that picture? What is the true message they're trying to send you? Why now and not another time? Stay with me because in just a few minutes we will begin to decode it. And maybe this will be the moment you've been waiting your whole life to hear. Aquarius, you are a special soul entrusted with the task of connecting the unseen. Uranus has given you eyes to notice what others overlook. Dreams, numbers, melodies, they're never random. They are the language of the soul, the current of love that crosses the boundaries of time. If you believe that love never dies, drop a heart in the comments. And if you feel this message carries meaning, share this video so the light can spread to many more. But remember, this is only the beginning. In the next part, I'll reveal the special astrological moments, the times when the doorway of the soul opens most clearly for Aquarius. And you may be surprised to discover that it could be this very week the soul is sending you its clearest sign yet. Let your breath slow down now, let your heart grow quiet. There's something very important you need to know. When someone leaves this world, the one thing that lasts forever is love. The soul doesn't disappear. It only changes its form. If before you could hold their hand, hear their voice, now they come to you in another language, the language of intuition, of dreams, of the mysterious synchronicities the universe so carefully arranges for you to notice. Have you ever been walking down the street, and suddenly a familiar scent washes over you, making you feel as if they are right beside you again? Have you ever heard your name called at night, but when you turned, no one was there? Or in a quiet moment, felt a presence so real, like someone gently placing a hand on your shoulder? All of these things are not hallucinations. They are signs. They are the ways a soul tries to speak to you. I'm still here, you're still here, and love has never gone away. In astrology, these connections belong to the 12th house, the house of the subconscious, of soul memory, of the unseen forces that are deeply powerful. The 12th house is the doorway inward, the place where your intuition meets the soul. For Aquarius, when your ruling planet Uranus sends its electric current through the 12th house, you feel it more strongly than anyone else. It's no accident your dreams become vivid at these times. It's no accident the smallest events repeat like a song trying to deliver a message. I once knew a young Aquarius who lost his best friend. After the funeral, he kept dreaming of him. In the dream, the friend said very little. He just sat beside him and smiled. At first, the boy thought it was only his subconscious echoing the grief. But over time, those dreams led him to a truth. His friend was trying to tell him, keep living, keep smiling for both of us. Aquarius, my dear, perhaps you too are carrying a dream that keeps repeating. And that dream is a letter from the other side, delivered through the only path they can still touch you. Let me share a personal belief with you. Death is not a period. It is only a comma. The soul moves into another chapter of the journey, while you continue in this one. But those two streams still run side by side. and sometimes they meet in a dream, in a song, in a number. The lesson for you is this: release the need to cling to the old form and learn to love with a spiritual heart. When you understand this, loss is no longer a wound, it becomes a lantern lighting your path. So let me ask you, if the one you loved could stand right beside you now, what would they say? Would they scold you for all the tears you've cried, or would they smile and whisper, "Don't worry, I'm okay, you're okay, and I want you to keep living brightly"? Have you noticed that every time you fall apart, some small miracle appears to lift you back up? A phone call at the perfect moment, a hand reaching out, a song playing with exactly the words you needed. That Aquarius is their message carried through the universe in the most unexpected ways. If you believe love never dies, write in the comments, "I know the soul of my loved one is still with me." Let that affirmation become a sacred contract of energy, because when you acknowledge it, you open the door for the message to grow clearer than ever. In the birth chart, the 12th house often makes people uneasy. It is tied to secrets, fears, hidden wounds. But for you, Aquarius, the 12th house is not darkness, it is a mirror. A mirror where, when you look deeply, you don't just see yourself, you see the souls of those you love. When you meditate, when you grow quiet, when you turn down the noise of the world, the 12th house opens. And it is in those moments you feel their presence most clearly. Life teaches us to cling to the body, but the soul teaches us to love beyond all form. The one you love may not sit beside you anymore, but love has never left. And maybe the greatest lesson they want you to understand is this: keep living, keep walking, keep loving again, because that is how you honor them. I believe a soul never abandons us. They may not rescue us from every pain, but they always give us the strength to walk through it. Sometimes that strength comes as a difficult lesson, a painful trial, but it is through these that we grow. And if your loved one's soul could say anything to you, it would be this: be strong. I believe in you because you are the continuation of me. I want you to try something right now. Place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and softly call their name. Do you feel your heartbeat change? Maybe it quickens, maybe it deepens, but it is no longer ordinary. That is the moment your heart is beating in rhythm with their soul. Let this moment be your proof the connection is still there, waiting only for you to open your heart to see it. If you've ever had a similar experience, a dream, a number, a melody, share it in the comments. Write, "I have heard the message from the soul." When you write it, you are not only telling your story, you are giving someone else out there a reason to believe they are not alone. And remember, every message has a purpose. It is not only to comfort you, but to guide you forward on your path. So the question is, what is the true message their soul is whispering to you right now? Stay with me, because in the next part, we will decode that deeper meaning. And you may find it becomes the very light that leads you into your future. Aquarius, my dear, you may not realize this, but in your eyes, others see a very special kind of light. It's not just the light of intelligence, not only the light of creativity, but the light of healing. You carry within you a different current of energy, the energy of empathy, of knowledge, of the belief that humanity can overcome suffering by connecting and lifting one another. In astrology, Aquarius is called the water bearer. This image doesn't only mean you carry the waters of wisdom to the world. It means you share a pure flow of energy to soothe the souls that are thirsty for healing. Perhaps you have faced your own private sorrows, wounds that once made you think you'd never rise again. But it is precisely when you learn to face loss that you became someone capable of guiding others through their own darkness. And that, Aquarius, is the mission the universe entrusted to you, to be a light for those who have lost their way. There is a truth we cannot escape: loss will always come, but we can choose how we respond to it. Some remain trapped in grief, never breaking free, but others transform loss into strength, turn tears into light. In Aquarius, you were born to walk the second path. You are the living proof of this lesson. When you learn to face loss, you become a light guiding others who are still in the dark. I believe pain is not here to crush us, it is here to rebirth us. If you've never fallen, you can never truly understand the feeling of someone lying on the ground. If you've never lost, you can never know how to comfort another with deep sincerity. Aquarius, because you have suffered, because you have broken, you now have the depth to understand. And because you understand, you are able to heal. Think back, how many times have you stood in front of the mirror, tears streaming, asking yourself, can I really get through this? And somehow you stood up again. You kept moving, you kept breathing. That is the proof that you are stronger than you think. And that very strength has turned you into a lantern for others lost in the night. What is special about you is this: you do not only heal yourself, you spread that healing to the community. You are the one who can see the pain hidden behind someone's smile. You feel the loneliness in another's eyes even when they say they're fine, and you can't turn away from it. You always have the urge to do something, even if it's only a small word of comfort, a sincere act of listening. And you know what? Sometimes just a nod, a touch of the hand, a simple smile from you is enough for a soul to feel saved. In the birth chart, when the moon passes through Aquarius's 11th and 12th houses, your power to heal the collective becomes strongest. That is when you don't just hear your own heart, you hear the call of the group. Uranus, your ruling planet, teaches you that change is sometimes painful, but it's exactly what opens true freedom. And that freedom is not only for you, but for everyone you touch. If you feel you've ever healed someone else through your own wounds, write in the comments, "I choose to be a light for the soul and for myself." Let that sentence ring out not only as an affirmation, but as a sacred vow. Because when you write it, you're signing an energetic contract with the universe that you will not live only for yourself, but to shine for others as well. I remember a woman, an Aquarius, who shared her story with me. After the death of her son, she thought she would collapse forever. But then one night she dreamed of him. He smiled and said, "Mom, I'm okay. You must live to love even more." From that day, she began joining support groups for mothers who had lost children. She listened to them, held them when they cried, and told her own story. She said, "My pain turned into light, and that light not only saved me, it saved many others." Aquarius, my dear, maybe you also hold such an ability to turn wounds into gifts. No one is born perfect. No one escapes loss, but we can choose to transform loss into strength. And you, Aquarius, are the mirror of that truth. You show the world that love never dies and pain can grow wings. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, if I become the light, who could I guide? Maybe it's a friend in pain, maybe a family member, or maybe it's the very soul you love. They need you to keep shining so their presence does not fade into meaninglessness. If you feel this truth in your heart, share the video so the energy of healing can spread. Write in the comments, "I am the light and I choose to guide myself and the souls I love." But light does not end with healing. That light also opens another doorway, a doorway of revelation. There are special moments in the astrological journey when a soul's message becomes clearer than ever. So, when does that doorway open? When does the message become strongest, leaving no doubt you are hearing the call from the other side? Stay with me, because in the next part I will reveal those special astrological moments, so you will know exactly when a soul wants to speak to you. Aquarius, my dear, there are moments in life when you feel yourself being drawn closer to the unseen world. Your intuition becomes sharper, your heart beats differently, your spirit seems to open a door to receive something vast. That is when a soul's message becomes most powerful. You won't always hear the voice clearly. Some days, lost in the rush of life, the subtle signals pass like a faint breeze. But on other days, the entire sky seems to fall silent just so you can listen. And in those moments, you know you are standing in a special astrological time, a moment when the universe itself leans in and whispers to your ear. The full moon always carries a mysterious power. It doesn't just light up the night sky, it shines into the deepest corners of your heart. For Aquarius, every time the full moon appears, your intuition amplifies many times over. Think about it. How many times under a full moon have you dreamed so vividly that when you woke, you couldn't tell what was real and what was not? Those dreams are not simply imagination. They are the language of the soul, the doorway through which your loved one steps to send you a message. The full moon is the time when energy rises to its highest point. It exposes what you normally keep hidden, both your pain and your love. And in that moment, the soul can reach you more easily, because the wall between the two worlds grows thin. If lately you've been dreaming more, or your intuition feels sharper during the days of the full moon, believe it is not random. It is the soul choosing that moment to come closest to you. And it's not only the full moon. There is another astrological event that brings a deep inner tremor, when Saturn and Uranus meet in the sky. Saturn is the planet of discipline, responsibility, and life lessons. It often brings challenges, sometimes pain, but hidden within it are wisdom and maturity. Uranus, the ruling planet of Aquarius, is the planet of surprises, breakthroughs, and awakening. When these two meet, it is the moment you are forced to face the truth, whether you are ready or not. For a sensitive Aquarius like you, these days can be intense. You may feel your soul tremble, as if both your inner and outer worlds are shifting. But it is precisely in those tremors that the message from the soul becomes clearer than ever. Sometimes you notice it in a casual conversation. Sometimes, in a quiet moment, the answer flashes like lightning. And sometimes, the message comes through a dream so vivid you cannot deny it. Aquarius, my dear, be honest with yourself. How many times have you felt the soul of the one you love come closest to you during the full moon? How many times have you looked up at the sky and felt a tear roll down, not from sadness, but from a sacred knowing they are still here? They have never left. And how many times, on the days when your heart was shaken by a sudden event, did you feel an invisible power whisper, "Stay strong, you are not alone"? These moments are not imagination. They are proof that love still exists and that soul is finding every way to show you they have never left. I believe the universe has its own schedule. Souls do not send messages at random. They choose the right moment, when the wall is thinnest, when your heart is most open, when you are quiet enough to listen. The full moon and planetary alignments are those moments. To me, they feel like sacred appointments, and if you know how to receive them, you will never miss one. A message from the soul is not meant to trap you in the past. It's meant to move you forward with a brighter heart. They don't want you to cry forever. They want you to live radiantly, so every smile you give is proof that love has never died. Remember, loss may blow out a candle, but it can also light up the entire sky if you choose to become the light. If you've ever received a dream, a clear sign during the full moon, write in the comments. I have heard the message from the soul in the moonlight. And if you believe the universe always has a perfect time to give you a message, share this video so the light can reach more people. And you know what? It could be this very week that a dream becomes the clearest message you've ever received. But how do you tell the difference between an ordinary dream and a true message from the soul? How do you know for sure you're not imagining, but actually hearing the call from the other side? Stay with me, because in the next part, I will show you how to recognize a true message, so you will never miss that sacred whisper again. Aquarius, my dear, maybe in your longest nights you have whispered to yourself, "Why did they leave? Why must I stay with this emptiness?" Loss makes us feel as if a piece of our soul has been torn away. But the truth is, death is not an ending. It is only a doorway. And when that doorway closes in this world, it opens in another where the soul continues its journey. I believe love never dies. It is not limited by the body, not bound by distance, and certainly not cut off by death. You may no longer see that smile, no longer hear that voice, but if you listen with your heart, you will know love is still there, quiet, steady, eternal. Death does not take love away. It simply teaches us to love in a different way, with deeper sensing, with the faith that there is an invisible connection beyond time and space. In American spiritual tradition, people believe that when a soul leaves this world, they do not truly disappear. They become guardian angels, beings of light who walk with you, protect you, and whisper messages when you need them most. Think about it. How many times have you escaped an accident by a hair's breadth? How many times has a random decision saved you from something harmful? How many times have you heard a voice inside your head urging you to take another path, and later found that path was the safe one? That is how a guardian angel works. That is how the soul you love continues to walk beside you, not with a visible hand, but with invisible wings. You have not lost them. You are simply learning to see them with spiritual eyes. And when you open your spiritual eyes, you will see them in the smallest things. In the laughter of a child, in the morning sunlight, in the breeze that brushes through your hair, or in the repeating dream you can never forget. They have not left you. They have only changed the way they appear. And the love between two souls, that love remains untouched. I've seen people shatter after loss, and I too have walked through that valley. But the universe showed me a truth. Death is not a period. It is only a comma. They have not disappeared from your life. They have simply stepped into a new chapter while asking you to keep writing yours. When you cry, they are there, placing a hand on your shoulder. When you smile, they are there, smiling with you. And when you fall, they whisper, "Get up, your journey is not finished yet." If death teaches us anything, it is this: love while you can. Because in the end, what remains is not wealth, not titles, but love. Aquarius, you were born to remind the world that love surpasses every boundary. And when you live in that truth, you not only heal yourself, you inspire a community. If you believe that love never dies, share this video to spread hope to others. And write in the comments, I know they are still here in my heart and in my soul. That sentence is not just a statement. It is a prayer. An energetic covenant with the universe that you choose to see with spiritual eyes. Now imagine if they could stand right before you in this moment, what would they say? They wouldn't scold you for your tears. They would hold you close and whisper, I'm okay, you're okay, and I want you to keep living brightly. So let love be the reason you keep moving forward. Do not live in the shadow of loss. Let loss become the lantern that lights your path. But you know something? The love of a soul does not stop at protecting you. They also leave signs, sacred codes for you to discover the road destiny has prepared. So how do you tell the difference between an ordinary sign and a true message from the soul? How do you know you're not imagining, but truly hearing the call from beyond? Stay with me, because in the next part, I will share how to recognize and interpret those messages, so you never miss the sacred whisper a soul longs to give you. Aquarius, my dear, by now you have heard of your mission, you've felt the message, and you've touched the truth that death is not the end. But I know sometimes the mind still asks, how can I really connect with the soul I love? What can I do to feel them more clearly? The answer is simpler than you think, and I will walk you through it not as a rigid ritual but as a sacred journey, a journey to bring your heart closer to theirs. Take a blank sheet of paper and a pen. No poetry needed, no effort to make it pretty. Just honesty. Sit down under candlelight, or, if you can, under the stars. Write to them as if they are still here. Write what you never had the chance to say. Write your longing. Write your gratitude. Do not hold back. Let your heart guide the pen. And as you write, something remarkable may happen. Tears may fall, but alongside them comes relief, as if someone is reading every word and smiling, nodding with you. I believe every letter written does not stop at the page. It travels through space and touches the soul of the one you love. The universe has its own way of carrying those vibrations. And when you write, you open a sacred channel of communication. If you've ever written such a letter, share your feeling in the comments. Write, I have sent a letter to the soul. That comment is not only a testimony, it is a declaration that you've taken one step closer to connection. Now find a quiet place. Sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and softly call their name. No ceremony, no complexity, just call with all your love. When you do, let your heart respond. Don't wait for a sound outside. Listen to the rhythm inside your chest. In those 5 minutes, something may shift. A breeze may brush by, a touch may graze your shoulder, or simply a strange peace may cover you. Aquarius, my dear, do you know why calling their name matters so much? Because a name is the soul of memory. When you call, you awaken the chord of connection, and the soul hears it. And sometimes, just hearing you call is enough for them to step closer. If you've ever meditated and felt that presence, right? I have heard them in my heart. Write it so you remember, so the universe bears witness, and so someone who has lost faith may find hope again. You may think this is only a personal journey, that it belongs only to you and the soul you love. But the truth is, when one heart heals, that light radiates outward. You may not notice, but every time you share a story of connection, someone else sees themselves in it. Every time you speak of an experience, someone else finds faith. And every time you walk lighter, others feel lighter too. Healing never stops with the individual. It is a collective act. And when you heal, you are helping the whole world shine brighter. If you agree that one person's healing can ripple out to many others, write in the comments, I am part of the community of light. I believe the universe never places you in pain without meaning. Loss is not a punishment. It is an invitation to step into a higher level of the soul, a level of understanding and compassion. It is suffering that gives you depth. It is tears that teach you how to love more sincerely. And it is walking through darkness that makes you know how to be light. Aquarius, you are living proof of that truth. Imagine yourself writing a letter under candlelight, and suddenly the flame flickers though no wind is there. Or imagine yourself meditating, calling their name and hearing a faint sound like a distant bell. That is not an illusion, that is the answer. And when you realize this, you'll know you are not crazy, not lost in fantasy. You are truly connecting. And when you do this, you may notice a signal, perhaps a breeze, a bell ringing, or a sudden ray of light. But the question is, how do you tell what is truly a sign from the soul and what is mere coincidence? How do you know you are not imagining, but truly hearing the sacred voice from beyond? Stay with me, because in the next part, I will show you how to recognize the true signs of the soul, so you will never miss the whisper that has been waiting for you. Aquarius, my dear, our journey today is coming to a close. But remember, this is not the end. Just as death is not a period, but a doorway, this ending is simply the beginning of a new chapter in your heart. From the start, I have spoken to you of souls, of messages, of healing. But now, the most important truth I want to leave you with is this: you are the bridge. A bridge not everyone can see, but anyone who crosses your path will feel. You connect worlds that seem separate, the visible and the invisible, life and death, pain and hope. The message you receive today is not by chance. The universe never acts at random. There is always design, and this design exists so your heart may awaken. Perhaps you have doubted, thought you were imagining, thought the signs were random. But no, you have seen them, the repeating numbers, the dreams, the songs, the passing breeze, all leading you here to this very moment. And the promise I leave with you is this: if you open your heart, if you truly believe, you will never walk alone. That soul will still walk with you. The universe will still guide you, and your heart will always have somewhere to rest. I have spent many years watching the sky, reading the language of the stars. But the greatest lesson I have learned is not written in charts, not hidden in planets. It is written in the human heart. I believe every person carries within them a living celestial body, and Aquarius, you are the star that knows how to connect. You don't have to prove to the world that you're special. You only have to live true to the light inside you, because that light is enough to guide your own path and to guide other souls who are searching for hope. The lesson the soul wants you to remember is this: love never dies. It is not limited by time. It is not buried by earth and stone. It is not erased by distance. It simply changes form, from an embrace to a breeze, from a smile to a ray of light, from a voice to a heartbeat inside your chest. And when you accept this, you no longer see death as an absolute loss, but as a transformation, a parallel journey where they continue living in another form. Close your eyes once more. Call their name. Do you feel the goosebumps on your skin? Do you feel a tear ready to fall, yet a strange calm in your heart? That is them. That is the message that they are still here. And if they could speak to you right now, they would probably whisper, "I never left. You never lost me. We're only learning to love in another language." Aquarius, you haven't lost them. You are simply learning to see them with spiritual eyes. If you've walked with me this far, write in the comments, "I open my heart to receive the message of my beloved soul." Don't think of it as just words. When you write it, you're creating an energetic covenant with the universe, a promise that you are ready to listen, to believe, to live, and to keep shining. And if you feel this message carries meaning, share this video so that the light of healing can spread. Because somewhere out there, someone is crying in the dark, and a single ray of hope may be enough to save them. And you, yes, you can be the one who brings that light. I believe that when we open our hearts, the universe answers, and the soul of your loved one will never abandon you. They may not walk this road anymore, but they are still with you in their own way. Every time you look up at the night sky, remember, there is a brighter star looking back at you. Every time your heart trembles, remember, it's a signal that they are still present. Today's message is not by chance. It is an arrangement designed to awaken your heart. But this journey is not over. Just as death is not a period but a doorway, this ending is only the beginning of a new chapter in your heart. Because beyond the messages of the soul, there is another language the universe always uses to speak with you, the language of destiny numbers. So, what do the repeating numbers you've been seeing mean? Why does Aquarius always attract special sequences like 11, 11, 22, 22, 7, 17? And what doors of the cosmos do they open for you? In the next video, I will reveal how the destiny numbers of Aquarius open the hidden door of the universe. Don't miss it.